Hello dear viewers, let's embark on a tour of David Bowie's tranquil Caribbean retreat. Today we are visiting David Bowie's house on the island of Mystique. The mansion, built specifically for David Bowie from scratch, is located on the Caribbean island of Mustique, once described by the singer as a fantasy island. Mystique is a popular getaway spot with Princess Margaret, Mick Jagger, Prince William and Kate Middleton. There are only around 80 houses on the island, though I wish every person on this planet had the possibility to spend vacation on Mystique. The 5-bedroom hilltop villa was built in 1989 on a sandy outcrop, measuring 3 miles by 1.5 miles. The villa was designed by Swedish architect Arne Hesselquist as a series of pavilions, each sitting discreetly within the tropical garden. A series of Japanese and Scandinavian styled features were included throughout the property. This ensured that the house is completely unique and has a whimsical feel. As you can see, the house was decorated in an Indonesian theme. The first view from the entrance is of 2 fish ponds and the pool, beyond which is Britannia Bay, where the yacht is usually anchored. An idea for the waters was going into the pools and into the swimming pool. The mansion was designed in such a way that you can hop off a mattress in any one of the bedrooms and soon be in the pool. By the stone entrance is a 19th century teak-carved wall, known as a Petanierang panel, which is an internal wall from a traditional house in central Java. Here we can see a section of the horseshoe-shaped veranda circles the upper pond. Teak house fronts from the Javanese village of Kudus were used as facades for the kitchen area. The intricately carved columns were inspired by originals on the island of Sumbawa. Here, David Bowie stands by the gilded Balinese-style living room doors. You are never able to see much of the house at one time, and we wanted to create different moods as you proceed through, with surprises around corners, Bowie said. The construction took 5 years and more than 14 cargo containers in the making, turning the watercolor architectural sketches by Olivier Messels into an actual house. We hit upon a formal European living room that enhances the whole British retreat in the tropics concept. The main colors of the entire property is white and dark brown. You will see this as we continue touring other rooms. Nearly in every room, starting from the living room, the massive dark wooden furniture is upholstered with white fabrics. Even the crystal oil chandelier is a white color. What can be more luxurious than to be able to have white upholstered furniture? In order to escape a sterile impression of the interior, lots of cushions of pastel colors with flower patterns on them were placed on the white furniture. Thanks to this accessory, the room looks more family-friendly and less official. Here we see the 19th century style furnishings and antique beveled glass for the shutters. At left is a set of circa 1825 engravings of the pagodas of Pagan and Rangoon. The circa 1850 crystal oil chandelier, one of the final details of the 5-year project, was found in London. And this is how the living room looks nowadays. The new interior design was made by the new owner. The wooden ceiling beams were dismantled and instead palm and banana leaves were painted on the ceiling. White walls were substituted with natural grey stone. Animalistic patterned cushions, together with the painted ceiling, continue reminding us that we are nearly in the jungle. And look at those massive floor-to-ceiling doors. Who needs windows here? The doors allow to bring a much-needed breeze from the ocean. Bowie used the retreat as a private getaway in the 90s, but once admitted that it was so relaxing he found it difficult to work while visiting. The house is such a tranquil place that I have absolutely no motivation to write things when I am there, David Bowie said. Indonesian elements, including the Javanese dining pavilion, were introduced by Bali-based designer Linda Garland. The freestanding teak dining pavilion, with a circa 1825 English lantern, is an adaptation by Garland of the Yoglo style used in the palaces of central Java. She reinterpreted the carved balustrade, which depicts the Naga, the symbol of immortality, and reproduced the dining chairs from ones used at Raffles. Bowie wanted something as unlike the Caribbean as possible. It's a whim personified. He loved a good cliché, and this house for him was just the most delightful cliché. What you have to realize is that Mystique is a fantasy island, the singer used to say. An octagonal guest pavilion with palm tree trunks and ornamental bamboo ceiling was constructed by landscape designer Michael White on Bali and reassembled on the site. A Javanese gaming table is flanked by 19th century planters' chairs. The pavilion interior is very minimalistic, despite the intricately carved wooden furniture. This is most probably the only room in the house that has curtains. The most simple white curtains you can ever find bring elegance to the room, continue its minimalistic theme, and add more light into the room. A curious detail here is that the ceiling underneath the bamboo ornament is painted in a vibrant blue color. Strangely enough, but with all these tiny details, the room seems to be very cozy and a nice place to spend in a relaxing hour or so. As you can see, there are plenty of spots to lay back and enjoy views of the sea. The singer used to spend 5 or 6 weeks on Mustique over Christmas, and then went back for a bit in mid-year. He kept things intimate, inviting just a small circle of friends. I throw one big party a year. This year it was a New Year's party, the theme being the 70s. We had dinner for 50, but then invited people in for dancing afterwards. Facing west, the property is perfectly positioned for guests to enjoy the mesmerizing Mystique sunsets and white sandy beaches. Here the singer is relaxing on a 19th century Indian recliner. The 2 blue vases definitely help the room look more sophisticated. A massive golden candlestick is reflected in a massive mirror on the wall. Most probably you are curious what a typical day on Mystique for David Bowie was like. "I'm an early riser," says Bowie. "I get up between 5 and 6, have coffee and read for a couple of hours before everyone else gets up. And then we have breakfast and everyone goes down to the beach. Nothing startlingly original. One thing that's quite sweet about the house is that it's broken up into little areas that you can get lost in. You can go at least 8 days and find a different place each day. I'm doing a bit of sculpting there, something I've not attempted since I studied art." And now we are in the master bedroom. A collection of 19th century Egyptian revival furniture highlights the master bedroom. In the corner is an inlaid 19th century Moroccan chest-on stand. The floors are covered with antique lacquered rattan matting. The interior looks very ascetic. The wooden furniture from the 19th century makes us time travel to the mystical Egypt and Morocco. The view from the master bedroom extends across to the islands of Bequia at left and St. Vincent. And this is a guest bedroom. Black, white and brown are the prevailing colors of the guest bedroom. Brown wooden ceiling is reflected in the glossy brown wooden floors. Wooden furniture continues the accents of brown and wood in the room, while 2 black and white lamps bring nice contrasts into the brown wooden furnishing and continue the white color theme which we see starting from walls, bed nets, for which a palm front pattern was silk screened onto the mosquito netting, and finishing with bed coverings, which also have palm front pattern. And thanks to these white elements in the interior, the room doesn't look dark. South American green heart was used on the floors throughout to deter termites. Nowadays, in the guest rooms, we can see a splash of color added, be it colorful carpets, paintings, or a red vase. The glam rock icon later sold the retreat to the millionaire British publisher and poet Felix Dennis for £3.5 million. It may be nearly 30 years old, but a private getaway wait on sale for $20 million later on. And superfans of David Bowie can now, for the first time ever, rent out his one-of-a-kind tropical Caribbean retreat at $40,000 a week. The 5-bedroom mansion still retains the same glamour, extravagance, and interiors Bowie envisioned, the only changes being a slight upgrade on certain furnishings. Nowadays, the 6.2-acre site boasts a dining pavilion, a games room, a study, a card room decorated with mussel shells, a studio with bamboo ceiling, once used by Bowie to record in, a stage with guitars and bongo drums for musical performances, and colorful models of birds hanging from the ceiling, and an infinity pool overlooking the coast. We hope you enjoyed this tour. Please write below in the comments which famous person's house you'd like to tour, and we will embark on its tour in one of our next videos. We hope that already next year, each person on this planet will have a home like this. Please subscribe to the channel, you would help the channel a lot, and please like this video if you liked it. See you on our next interior design tour very soon this week.